This ex-convict made the biggest song on TikTok.
Bitch, I'm stylish. Glock talk, big t-shirt, Billie Eilish. Watch on my wrist, but I want that diamond.
The song had been used in over 3 million videos. You can dance with it, you can dub it, or you can just roll on your bed with it. It's not only popular on TikTok, but this song has over 200 million streams on Spotify and over 40 million views on YouTube. The artist behind this absolute banger is a rapper named Armani White. After releasing the song, his career skyrocketed. But before creating the biggest song of the year, this rapper was convicted for a crime he didn't commit. Armani White is a 27-year-old American rapper. Growing up in the inner city, he got exposed to a lot of hardships early on in his life. His parents separated when he was just in grade school. Armani stayed back and forth with his mom and his aunt. But one day, his aunt's house got in a big fire.
I lost my aunt. I lost 3 of my cousins in the fire.
After that, he spent the rest of his childhood living with his mom. But despite that, she couldn't stop him from being like his dad. Armani said, "I wanted to be thugged the out because of who my dad was and his reputation. My dad was the only one who was telling me that wasn't cool, but in my head, I wanted to be just like him." But when his friend got sentenced to 10 years in prison for robbery, Armani realized that being like his dad would only cause him trouble. So he tried to turn himself away from the street life and gave his focus on music. And it was the greatest decision of his life. Armani started writing his own songs and uploading them on SoundCloud. His song Stick Up caught the attention of Pharrell Williams and featured it on one of his radio shows. Because of that, he gained a lot of more fans and helped him score a gig as an opening act for Big Sean's concert. Eventually, Armani had his own shows, and for years, he performed in different cities across America. This was the time he thought everything was going well and his dreams were coming true, until one day, he decided to come home and visit his father. Armani broke down when he saw his dad. The man who once owned the streets and the man he looked up to was now old and diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. He later passed away. Armani felt so much pain that he couldn't continue with his music anymore. He tried to go to the studio, but just ended up wasting his time. But Armani realized that whatever happened, the show must go on. So he got back on his feet and picked up everything where he left off and started recording new music and finally released his first album. He was also back on the road touring for a year to promote the album. But when everything seems to be on the track again, another big fire tried to burn down his whole life and career. His apartment somehow caught on fire and he was accused of burning it down. He was falsely charged and convicted of arson and spent a year in prison, putting his music on the edge again. But luckily, charges were dropped and Armani immediately got back to his music. He came up with a song called Billie Eilish, a direct reference to the pop star, but he needed her permission to use her name before he could release it. But once Billie gave her thumbs up, Armani put it out and it became his biggest song.